What's up, guys? It is Sunday, May 18th, 2025. It is the MMAOB Daily Podcast, and I'm your host, as always, Adam Martin. Join my co-host here, Mr. Big Marcel, for a special edition of the podcast. We're going to recap UFC Vegas 106, and we're going to do it a bit quicker tonight, guys. The reason is my Toronto Maple Leafs are going to beat the Florida Panthers tonight in Game 7. I'm calling it right now. We're going to win our game, Marcel. We're going to move on to the Final Four, Eastern Conference Final. It's going to happen. And I can't wait for that to happen. So I appreciate you, Marcel. You started 5 minutes early with me, man. We're gonna end it a bit quicker today, but thank you so much, dude. How's it going with you, man?
Yeah, man, I'm doing well. Besides it being a fucking shitty day, but I'm doing very well.
Why? What happened?
What happened? Do you really want to talk about it? I mean, I still have my stomach ache like last week, but that's not the real thing. I like who my team is. They came up 1 point short to win the league title. So yeah. So we fumbled a 9-point lead in the last 5 games, and we came up 1 point short. So
fumbled the bag, as they say.
Yeah, absolutely horrible to be honest. But I kind of felt it after we drew on Wednesday. So we needed PSV to drop points today, but we knew that wasn't going to happen if we were really honest. So it is what it is. Yeah, but after all, we good. Looking forward to talk some MMA with you. And,
yeah, absolutely.
I hope your team does actually work tonight.
I really hope we win. Okay, you know what? By the law of averages, since your team lost, my team should win, right?
Yeah, I hope so for you, man. I hope so.
I hope so too, dude. So yeah, I mean, it's a big night. I would imagine this is probably like one of the most watched games in Canadian hockey history. Like millions of people are going to be watching this game tonight, and I can't miss it. Obviously, it's my team.
I mean, at least they have a great pre-game thing to watch here.
What do you mean?
Yeah, us.
Oh, the podcast. Okay.
Yeah, obviously.
My bad. I thought you meant like the national anthem because I think they should get rid of that personally. But anyways,
what's the national anthem in Canada? Oh, say,
Canada.
Say?
Canada. Yeah, that's how it is.
Oh, it's not the Star Spangled Banner.
That's American, man.
Yeah, 51st Day.
Fuck you, dude.
Just kidding.
Guys, I should get a new co-host. Don't you think, guys? I should bring back Cole. He should be my co-host again. I got some moose heads here, Marcel. I'm on. I've had a busy day myself. I played softball, and then I came home. I watched the OKC Thunder destroy the Denver Nuggets in Game 7 in basketball. Now I got the podcast, and I got hockey after. So it's a big day for me, and I'm off tomorrow. It's a vacation. It's a holiday, I should say. Holiday tomorrow, Victoria Day, Marcel. So hopefully do some fireworks and.
We also got to get BJ.
I'm getting drunk tonight, boys. I'm getting drunk.
Also got to get BJ tonight.
Probably not, to be honest. You know what I'm going to have, Marcel? Probably some chicken wings. So I think that's just as good. Just as good.
Alfredo.
Hopefully some chicken with some chicken wings on the side, baby.
I was talking to Al Zelino actually today, and I was like, dude, if you make chicken, it's always chicken Alfredo, right?
Oh my god, you should tell them with the chicken with the chicken on the side. You know what's so funny? Our boy Zach had stopped eating it now. But anyways, let's get to the comments. Shameless, what's up? Yeah, the Knicks won. The Knicks won last night. They're playing the Indiana Pacers. That should be a crazy game. Lazy Bad, what's up? That's our moderator. We appreciate you, brother. Andy, what's up, man? Yeah, we're going to talk all about Morales. The card was good. Dana, what's up, man? Dana, I'm going to do that right now. I'm going to make him a mod right now because we had a problem last week, obviously, and I'm sorry about that, guys. I know I reacted pretty poorly. The thing was, like, I had like no sleep, and I drove home from Montreal, and like this guy's just fucking invading our chat and just being a weirdo. So it was kind of like one of these fucking weird days. So my apologies, though, guys. Let me see here. Dana, add as moderator. There you go. Standard. Is it? I think this is it. Wait, can manage. Okay, there we go. I added you, Dana. Thank you. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know if Zach's around today, but I'm going to add him as well. And I think that should cover it. Mike Lev, what's up, man? Joe, what's up, brother? Fuck yeah, man. I mean, there's all these other guys are doing the recap show, Joe, but that are true. But no one's got the humor that we do. So, Adam, Maple Leafs, man. I can't wait. 7:30. So we're gonna do this. We're still doing the fight announcements too. But the thing was, this card. I mean, there was a lot of finishes, so we can actually talk about these fights quickly. And we had a canceled fight. So
yeah,
Game 7's amazing. What's up, John? No herpes here, thank God. We're not Rodolfo Bellato, who has herpes apparently. I mean, listen, it's not like the herpes I think people think it is. It's the other type, which is pretty common apparently. But yeah, I'd like to think I don't have them, but You never know. Oddspoker, what's up, brother? Haven't seen you in a while, man. Glad to have you here, dude. Appreciate you, man. Anton, what's up, brother? Anton, 1 month until UFC Atlanta, man. You better be there. You got the mod powers. You can give Marcel a timeout. Kick Marcel out. Kick the host out. Yeah, weekend's been good. Nice picks, man. Yeah, that was a crazy comeback by Gabe Green. We'll talk about that. If you enjoyed the scrambles, and yeah, the finish was beautiful, by the way. But yeah, the scrambles were good. The one that looked good, shaking her ass at the end. But again, the dog thing still throws me off of her, bro. I got to be honest. Minnesota, Oklahoma City, tough one. I mean, listen, I was picking Oklahoma City, but I think Minnesota's looked really good. You know, I don't know if you saw the thing with Rudy Gobert too. Apparently, he left his girl. She's pregnant. She got a 1-year-old. He left her, but millionaires, man, they can do what they want. Yeah, I don't get it either. Rumored featherweight fights. Yeah, the rumors it's going to be Yair and Volkanovski. I hate it. I don't like it. Do you? This rumor?
Of course not. Who does?
This is a joke. I mean, so I guess it makes. I don't want to say it makes sense, but like I can see why, because in Mexico they need a headliner. But like, I'm not interested in this fight, Marcel, at all. Like, I'd rather see John Silva get the fight. I know we talked about this. He doesn't have the win. He needs to beat Diego Lopez to get that marquee win. But come on, wouldn't you rather see him fight than Yair? I don't want to see Yair fight the belt.
Mofsa should be next for Volk, man.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, but he's fighting Pico.
Yeah,
nice job, Ali, you dumb fuck. Justin, what's up, brother? Glad to have you here. No bong rips for me. I don't smoke anymore, Antoine, but I think we got some guys in the chat that are welcome to hit a bong and party it up. Yeah, that knockout was sick. All right, let's just get into the fight card. All right, so yeah, I mean, I think it was a really good card. There was a couple fights at the end that weren't the best, I would say, but most of the prelims were like almost perfect, I would say. And then the main card had a really good fight, a really good finish, and then two, like, I would say actually probably one like pretty bad fight, and then one the fight that was just kind of meh, right? But I think overall it was a good card, Marcel. I mean, it was better than I thought it would be. I'll say that. Would you agree with that?
I mean, it didn't bother me. Normally those UFC Apex cards, it's like the prelims are like really like tentative, and people are afraid to lose. And this time there were more finishes, which is good, for an Apex card. Yeah, so I thought it was a pretty decent card. I wasn't bored. And it also helps that it started a little earlier than it does with the last Fight Night cards.
Yeah,
the Fight Night card in 2 weeks is going to start later again. I fucking hate it.
I know you hate that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, fuck ESPN. So. But yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, it was a good card. A good card. It was a how do you say that? An entertaining card, I think.
I think it was a really good card. I would say the entertainment value was like really high. Like, here's the thing though, like the fights. A lot of these fights don't mean a lot. It's almost like, do you get cut or stay in the UFC, right? But I think, entertainment-wise, it delivered. There was 7 finishes out of 11 fights. That's pretty good. And then the 4 fights that went the distance, like I think a couple of them were pretty good. So overall, a very good card in my opinion. Let's start with the main event, work our way down. As always, Michael Morales lays waste to Gilbert Burns here, just destroys him first round. I mean, I knew he would win the fight by knockout. I was all over this prop. I thought maybe Gilbert could survive a round or two, though. Like, first round, wow, impressive stuff here by Michael Morales. Incredible knockout. And he's now 6-0 in the UFC, Marcel, with 4 knockouts. I really like this guy. He's 25 years old. I think he's the real deal. I really do. And I know a lot of people are, like, writing off, not writing off, but, like, kind of saying this win isn't that great because Gilbert's on the decline. And I agree with that. I mean, Gilbert is, obviously, and that's why the line was what it was. But if you look at who Gilbert's lost to at welterweight, Usman, former champion, the second best welterweight in my opinion behind GSP. I know some people would say Matt Hughes. I think it's Usman. Who would you say, by the way?
I agree with you.
Yeah, you agree? Okay, fair enough. Hamzat, who's favored to win the middleweight belt. That's not a bad loss. Bilal, who was the champ. Jack, who's the champ. Sean Brady, who a lot of people think is going to be the champ. And Morales. So, yeah, I mean, he has, been losing. He's lost 4 straight fights, but to the cream of the crop, literally the cream of the crop. And that's why a lot of people are saying he should retire. I'm not sold on that right now, to be honest with Marcel. Like, if he wants to, that's his decision, but I think there's people he could beat. So I don't want. Give me your thoughts on all this.
I think let's first give Morales a credit. I think
he looked amazing, right?
It's the marquee win he needed probably against a guy with no former title challenger. He looked really good, actually made it look easy. And I hate to say it because I really like Gilbert Burns. I think Gilbert's one of the nicest guys in MMA,
Sure.
and man, we know he's good, but I mean, it doesn't click as of lately. I think his last win is Masvidal. It's been some
I
time
believe it
ago.
is. Let me check. Yeah, it was Masvidal in
Yeah,
2023.
yeah, that was also Masvidal, who was on the decline already.
Yeah.
So it's like the thing is, he fought Jack Della last time, and he made it very competitive. I think he was even ahead of the scorecards until he got finished. So that he made it look, how do you say, very competitive with the current champion. He made it very competitive with Khamzat Chimaev, like you said. The Brady one, wasn't very competitive.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Brady clearly won, and also Bilal clearly won. Although
Yeah.
it wasn't an entertaining fight. But the
Yeah.
thing is, like, I still think Burns can win definitely against a couple of guys, in the top 15 even, but
Yeah.
not probably not high in the top 15, more lower in the top 15. And I mean, he's been on top for a pretty decent amount of time. So I mean, it's no shame, It sucks for him that
No.
he's probably never going to win a UFC title, but
No, it's not happening.
he's a mainstay, So he's a good dude, I think.
Gilbert's awesome. How about Morales though? Like, do you believe? I think he's a future champ. I really do. He's 25. What do you think?
It's definitely possible. I mean, I think every time we see him in the octagon, he looks better.
Yeah.
I think in the beginning, I remember him fighting against Trevin Giles. He had trouble in the earlier rounds.
Yes.
But I feel like every big talent has a problem with Trevin Giles in the first round.
Drake is too, right?
Yeah. And what about
my boy Malott?
yeah, Carlos Pratas? Same.
Even Pratas. All these guys he's kind of weird style, and Roman Dolidze even, who's a really good fighter.
Yeah.
Right.
So, I mean. But Morales, he looked good. I want to see him getting another step up. I think,
Me too.
Yeah, he's not even in his prime yet, and he looks so good. So.
That's the thing. Like, so welterweight looks great right now, right? You got Morales, you got Ian Gary, you got Shavkat, who's, I feel bad for Shavkat. This injury's kind of pushed him behind these other guys, I would say, arguably.
It's crazy. Like, some other divisions are pretty much stagnating, And this division is like coming.
It's great. Don't you love it? You got Jack, who's a champ. He's 28 years old. You got Morales, 25. You got Gary, who's under 30. Brady, I know Brady's in his I think he's 34, if I'm not mistaken, 33, but he looks better than ever. And then obviously you have Shavkat, who's still, on the right side of 30. You have a bunch of other guys, even Prates, I think, if he could bounce back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm forgetting some guys. Even Bilal. I mean, we're forgetting Bilal. He lost I mean, I think that Jack clearly won, but it wasn't completely one-sided. Bilal still won some rounds in that fight. So
you got Buckley.
I forgot about, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's so many guys. For Morales, I mean, a lot of people are saying Leon Edwards. I don't mind that. I think he destroyed Leon Edwards. Am I wrong?
Listen, I mean, what else can Edwards do right now? Edwards needs a big win, in my opinion, to get back.
I think he's out of the title picture at this point, man.
Right now, definitely. I mean, he lost to Bilal. Bilal is not the champ anymore. Yeah. Plus the fact that he lost to Brady, and not just lost to Brady,
but he
clearly
didn't look good at all.
And also, like, Edwards is managed by Tim Simpson, and also Jack Della is managed by Tim Simpson. So it's just not really working out for him right now, I think. But yeah, I mean, if he fights Morales, for example, and he can beat Morales, he finishes him. I mean, he's back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So it's a fun division right now.
I love it. I mean, I don't think you can go wrong with any of these guys. Like, I think Morales could fight any of them. I think he could fight the winner of Buckley and Usman too, potentially. I think he could fight any of these guys. I think Gary's probably going to fight Brady next. They've talked about that. It makes sense, in my opinion. What do you think about Bilal fighting Morales? I think it's a good fight.
I mean, I'm cool with it. We all know that the UFC, listen, I don't dislike Bilal at all, but I know the UFC doesn't want to have him close to a title shot probably anytime soon. And Morales looks very promising.
Who would you like? I'm not saying who would you pick, but who do you think the betting favorite would be in that fight? Honestly,
I think it's close, to be really honest, because I think a lot of people will think that Bilal probably can take Morales down and can keep and hold him there. So I think I think Morales might be maybe a small favorite. I
think so too. I think he'll be favored to beat Bilal, which is crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised by that, but I wouldn't count out Bilal. So.
No, I wouldn't count him out, but I think he would be favored to win that fight. I think
it's just like recency bias also.
100%. I'm not saying he would win for sure, but I think he's up there. I think they should put him on the Noche card, right? It makes sense, doesn't it? He trains in Mexico.
Yeah,
He speaks Spanish. Maybe co-main event 5-round fight against one of these top contenders. I think that makes a lot of sense. So I apologize, guys. There's a lot of comments here. Let me answer them. Burns' age, yeah, I thought. I mean, he's 38, right, for sure. But again, if you look at who's beating him, it's only cream of the crop. Morales, Leon,
beat him.
yeah, Morales, Leon, Apex. He should get a crowd, right, Morales?
Yeah, and that fight, that's going to headline Anthony Hernandez against Roman Dolidze, but it's just not signed. But it's not signed by both sides. But that's the fight that's going to headline.
Burns in Holland, yeah, Holland's fighting Luque, but that makes sense.
Listen, also, I have nothing against Kevin Holland, but why does he have to be on pay-per-view again?
Dana they're going to give him, the bonus check's already written, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, regardless of what. Remember that one? Didn't that win Fight of the Night? And, like, there was all these finishes that, or something, or no, performance.
Yeah, they cut Chris Duncan. They didn't give him a performance bonus, and they gave it to Kevin Holland.
What about last night? Fucking Jared Gordon. What a fucking rip-off. What is with the UFC and Jared Gordon? They don't like this guy? Like, he's fucking great fighter, man.
Remember, I think last time, he took a fight against Jim Miller, I think. Yeah, and then he couldn't take it anymore because he wasn't cleared, or it was something.
There was something, but I also remember there was that Rusev brother that like pulled out last second.
Yeah, Mushroom John. Yeah.
Yeah, that guy who got cut. They cut him, right? I think.
Yeah, they cut him out because he didn't make weight. Yeah.
He got robbed by the judges in the Patty fight, arguably in the Nazareth fight as well. He's just been screwed more than anyone else, I would say. Morales, I think we've talked about. Burns. I think Burns. They might use him as a gatekeeper for some guy. Like, they could do Burns and Protez to bounce Protez back. I think Protez destroys him. But you know what? Really, Marcel? Colby shouldn't be ranked anymore. He's clogging up the rankings, right, Colby?
Yeah, but I think they're going to use Burns as they used Magny before.
Probably, yeah. I could see Gilbert fighting Randy Brown. Randy Brown should get a top 15 guy.
I agree. Yeah, he deserves it.
Someone like that. So I think that makes sense. Morales calling out Gary. I think it's not booked, but is he fighting Brady? Is that what you've heard? Is that? I think
the only thing I heard that Gary said is like that he doesn't want to take a title, only take a title fight now.
He's gonna have to fight again unless he wants to wait 2 years.
Of course.
If they made Gary and Morales, tough one to call, Gary Morales.
Yeah, it's interesting, definitely, because Morales is big as well for the division.
Bro, I don't think he's going to stay at 170 for much longer, right? You agree? He's a future middleweight.
Yeah.
He's huge. I don't know how he makes it. He looks so big, guys, in the cage. Gilbert didn't want to be there. Yeah, I mean, he's on the decline. Unranked killers. Kobe Smith's a pretty good fighter, but I mean, he's not even close to the guys we're talking about. Edwards Masvidal. I think you could still make that fight. Didn't Masvidal re-sign with the UFC? He hasn't had a fight book. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, actually, I think that Edwards requested that fight.
I think it makes sense, honestly. UFC 170, most rapidly evolving weight class UFC. I think all of a sudden it's gotten really amazing. Like, it's always been one of the marquee divisions. It was welterweight and I would say light heavyweight for many years was marquee, and then Jones kind of, was just the dominant champ. Now it's kind of not that good, to be fair. I mean, I know your boy Big Wank is the champ, but let's be honest, it's not a marquee division right now.
It's just like that. That is a super. How do you say that? Almost one trick pony division with only strikers in it, barely any grapplers in it.
No, I agree. It's really crazy. Like, here's speaking of the devil, here he is, Big Wank.
Yeah, what's up?
There's your guy.
Morales and
Bilal are teammates. Oh, they both trained at Valley Flow. I thought it was at Entrim.
But I don't think they are BFFs or whatever. So
I think they would fight. It's crazy to think welterweight. All the top guys are gone. It's crazy. They're all gone. I mean, Usman. I mean, I think he's probably going to lose to Buckley, and the odds say that. Kind of, eliminates him too. Love how deep. I love it too. It's so good. I think Colby and Burns makes a lot of sense. I mean, to be honest, Colby should not be ranked. He's clogging up the rankings. Take him out. Like, Collins should be ranked. Yeah, I've heard the Joe Alvarez thing's weird. So we were hearing he wants to move up, but now they're saying that they're going to offer him like Dan Hooker. That's the rumor. That guy. Who's that guy? That journalist? That Spanish guy?
Alvaro.
He said that that's the rumor, right? They want to keep him. The UFC wants him at lightweight, I think, because they think he can make the weight if he goes to the PI, I guess. But
yeah,
Morales winner versus Usman. Yeah, you could.
To be honest, it's also kind of weird, with Alvarez, because he wasn't ranked before, so he could go, and then he's ranked at lightweight, and he's like, "Oh, I'm going to welterweight." It's now really, stay at the fuck at lightweight,
I think he's going to get taken down at welterweight, but we'll see. Corey's been screwed more than Bonnie Blue. You know who that is, Marcel?
No idea.
I think that's the slut that banged like 1,000 guys in one day or something.
Oh god,
it's fucking nasty. You know who watched the video, right?
ate more sausages than I have.
This guy watched it. I checked it out. It was nasty. I think we gave Morales Buckley versus. Yeah, I think any of those fights make sense. I think Colby Burns makes sense too. Colby should not, I don't think he should be ranked, but if they're gonna do, you know what they really could do? Colby and Burns, and then Leon and Masvidal. But at the same time, I could also see them UFC just using these guys as like gatekeepers. And yeah, here's the rumor. Yeah, it was they want to give him. I heard Dan Hooker. It just doesn't make sense. He pulls really out and then gets a higher ranked guy. It doesn't make sense, right?
They should be more concerned to book Arman Sarukian. You know.
I don't know what's going on with Armin. It's just like he's a complete afterthought. You think Burns retires? I think he's going to get one more fight. I know he posted a message saying he's going to talk to his family. Burns is a warrior, Ben. He doesn't want to go out. You know, he wants to keep fighting.
There's also a third kid on the way.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but like I think if the UFC cut him, I think he goes to Karate Combat. You know, it's not far from his house.
Yeah.
And in Florida, I think he goes there and fights someone. Probably gets knocked out again. To be honest, I hate to say it, but we'll see. I mean, again, Burns only lost to the best guys. You know, so. Yeah, Colby retired.
I have a soft spot for Gilbert Burns, man. He's a really good
Gilbert
dude.
Too, man. He's always been a good fighter. You know what I mean? And that's why like a lot of people are like, you know, this guy sucks. He's washed. Like again, he's lost to elite guys, so it's hard to say. If he loses to like you know some guy that's like terrible, like if he goes and loses some guy with like a 3-fight losing skid that's not ranked, then it's a problem, right? But you know, losing to elite guys, I don't know of how much it says.
Yeah, I agree with you.
It's awful. All right. Co-main event got canceled last minute.
But we got a great announcement during that co-main event that was supposed. Patchy Mix.
Yeah, Patchy Mix signed with the UFC, which is awesome. He's fighting Mario Batista. We'll talk about that in the fight announcements and news.
Okay.
After we're gonna do like a quick podcast after this. Let's go through this. Bellato pulled out last second. Herpes.
Yeah.
Thoughts? You would know about that. You would know more about this than me.
How does it feel, Adam? I was
going to say, you fucking know more about this. Our boy Dana probably knows about this.
I know. I don't know if that's, but I had it once, like when you drink from a glass with someone and didn't wash it well, you know.
Do you have a cold sore?
Yeah, I had that before. But how is that on your dick, Adam? You probably know that.
Fuck you, man. That's true. Well, that's true. Truth's in the chat. Truth's from the 70s, man, when they didn't, use protection. So that's true. The rumor is they're going to book it for, was it the next Apex, but probably 316? Or yeah,
one of the two.
They're going to rebook the fight. It sucks, though. At least it's at light heavyweight, because it was at middleweight. Craig cannot make middleweight anymore. Go ahead.
But don't be sure. They said it on the broadcast. But remember, when tour shows against Rosas didn't happen, there's like, it's now going to happen on the next. And then it never happened. It happened like half a year later or something.
You missed the chat due to chlamydia flare. Oh, God. Over under 4.5 cancellations per year. Something like that. By the way, I don't know if you noticed, but in our chat, in the Discord, we have a reserve fighter. I told John, I'm like, you got to have a backup just in case this shit happens because of COVID. And then it happened because the guy got herpes. So, at least we had a backup fighter because a lot of people had him in their picks. All right, new co-main event was, to be honest, I was eating dinner with the fight on in the background. It didn't seem too interesting. I think I picked the right fight to eat. I was starving myself.
I thought you were saying something else, but yeah.
No, I was actually eating dinner. I wasn't eating pussy like you probably.
I thought you was going to say I was eating dick, but yeah, go ahead.
From what I saw, the fight was kind of boring. I mean, Santos won. To be honest, I think we should have picked him. Now that I look back, the age difference.
Very one-sided, man. I mean, Mauro Santos did really well by cutting off Yusuf and landing good shots. And Yusuf pretty much didn't know what he had to do there for some reason. It looked really not like himself. Listen, man, not that Yusuf looked great as of lately, but he really looked off in this fight. And Mauro looked good, good win for him and a weight class up because he is not supposed to go to 155. He's probably going back to 145.
I watched the pre-fight press conference. You say he cuts 40 pounds to make featherweight. So that's a crazy weight cut. He might stick at welterweight. I don't know. But he's only 24. And, I mean, I think I probably wrote him off. I'm not saying I wrote him off, but, I was kind of down on him after the fight with Marshall. And I think it was, too much, recency bias just for one fight, because I liked him before that fight. So, I mean, I think this is one there. I probably should have taken the younger guy, but it happens. You know what I
You
mean?
know, Adam, also like Marshall is more like grappling heavy
Yeah.
than Yusuf, for example, you know. So what the thing was like I expected more not that I
Uh,
expected less from
bro,
Santos, but more from Yusuf, you know.
Yusuf looked bad, and he's lost 3 straight fights.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you look at the stats, it was actually close. But
Mhm.
again, I didn't score because I was eating, but I was watching it, kind of looking up, and it wasn't too impressive from what I saw. So we'll see what happens. Next fight, Nursultan Ruzaboyev defeats Dustin Stoltz. Close decision.
The first round. You
Bro,
were.
did you think Adam was a genius here? Oh my god, Adam's got his dog.
I knew you were before the screen. It was like, oh my god,
Bro, I jumped onto my chair when that. I thought he knocked him down. It was a clash of heads.
Yeah, it was.
And the judges thought it was a knockdown too. So I jumped onto my chair. I'm like, holy fuck, finish him. And he had that was a guillotine, I think. Mounted guillotine. I gotta be honest, they didn't show the choke in the replay ever. They never showed it. I don't know if I couldn't even tell. It was 1 tap. I will say in the rules, it doesn't say that it has to be 2 taps, you know? But
I thought the same.
I mean, it looked like a tap, but
it was like it wasn't like a normal grab what he did, you know.
Yeah.
It was like almost like that. Like, what do you call it? Brazilian tap.
Brazilian tap. You know, I'll say this: like if they had stopped it, I think it's justified. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But they let it go on. Then obviously he won the decision. I think it was a really close fight, Marcel. And I'm not sold this guy. Are you off the bandwagon doing this guy?
I was never on. I picked Eric Chronico against him, dude. So
that's right.
Yeah, I was never on. But the thing is, like, Stoltz was so inconsistent that I didn't want to pick him. But listen, man, the first round he almost had him, and I think if the referee comes in between them, Rusiboyev cannot complain. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, Rusiboyev took over after that. He looked pretty decent, you know. But the thing is, like, I have nothing against Dustin Stoltzfus, but still, it's Stoltzfus. You know, it's not like some high end whatever. You know, so it's hard to say. And now I think he asked for Bo Nickel. I mean, give him Bo Nickel if he wants Bo Nickel.
I think Bo beats him, but if they want to do that, I don't mind the fight. Actually, I don't mind it. To be honest with you.
Same.
But like to be honest, they might even do Dustin Stoltzfus against Bo because they think Bo will beat him easily. You know, I think Dustin's like better than people think. Would you agree with that, Dustin?
Yeah, I agree, definitely. I mean, people were absolutely off him after he got knocked out by Abuz in 15 seconds. But I mean,
go ahead. No, I was gonna say, what's with Dustin's jumping the Gilly? You have Dustin Poirier, and then you got Dustin Stoltzfus.
Yeah, it's in the name, right? It's in the name.
I think he showed some questionable fight IQ in this fight because I think that there was times where he had the advantage in the fight. I think it was a close fight. I think it was closer than the odds indicate. That 30-27 scorecard was a little weird to me. But do you guys think we'll have an alternative weight cutting of 1 championship? Not in the UFC. Nope. Completely unrelated. Show the Cyborg and Nogueira. Oh, I didn't know they were.
I saw that. Yeah.
Boxing. Okay. Dan, what's up, brother? Appreciate that, man.
Yeah.
Dan, tell us, is Malcolm going to fight in Atlanta? That's in a month? Is it? He's got to know. Dan, you're his manager, right? So you should know this.
Yeah. By the way, I want to give Dan a shout out. He had a great, I think it's a couple of weeks ago. He had an interview with Cody Durden. Cody Durden. I really enjoyed that. By the way.
No, because he had like Aaron and James on last week.
I've watched that as well. Yeah, that was good as well.
Yeah. Opening bout in the main card, fight of the night. Melky Costa defeats Julian Erosa. Absolute war. Well deserving of the bonus, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely thought that Costa won. I know some people thought Erosa won. I don't think so. I think Costa won the first 2 rounds. Erosa won the 3rd round. If it was a 5-round fight, Erosa probably would have won, but it wasn't. It was 3 rounds. It was a fun fight. What do you think?
Bro, I mean, Costa's toe looked nasty, which I saw later on yeah. But the guy's a fun fighter to watch, man. And I think that Julian Erosa blocked a lot of shots with his head instead of his hands. And Costa looked really good. I think there were more people who said that Erosa won. I think Costa won. I got him the first 2 rounds.
Yeah, that's what I had too.
So
it was competitive, but like I think he won the fight. If you look, not to say the stats are the one thing that matters, but he did land more strikes in those rounds. So
I told you, man, in the Discord, like Julian Erosa is trying to win the Leonard Garcia decision here. You know what I mean?
Again, if it was 5 rounds, maybe you know, but it wasn't. It was 3. It was a very good win. I was more a fade on Ruziboyev, to be fair. It really was. I'm fading him next fight. I don't care who they match him up with, especially with Bo. Malcolm will offer 2 opponents. He said yes to both. I wonder why they haven't said yes themselves. Ooh, they're scared of him, I guess, huh? Malcolm he's bantamweight, right? Malcolm?
Yeah. Yeah, he fought Simon. It's 135.
Off topic is it's undisputed. Ilya Charles. Islam is he's vacating the belt. It's not official until the bell rings. Is that right? Am I right?
Yeah, it's like when they go in the octagon, it's vacant. But the thing is, like the UFC always make it sound like the fighter has vacated it. I mean, I think they said to Ilya, you have to vacate, and we give you a title shot at lightweight, and the same to Islam.
It's all part of the negotiation.
Yeah.
In this case, especially. They absolutely deserve the bonus for fight of the night. 3 fights and 3 wins in 85 days. It's cost a dark horse for MVP. Probably not because he's not fighting like elite ranked guys, but like he's looked great. I mean, he's looked awesome. He beat Feely, he beat Christian Rodriguez, and then he beat Sorosa. I think it probably gets him a ranked opponent. I would think, right?
Very solid wins, man. I think.
Yeah. You like Mel? You've always liked him for a while, haven't you?
He's a good dude, you know. He's a funny guy, I think, you know. And
the chicken music.
Plus, it's like the thing with the vitiligo, you know. I think he makes really the most of it, you know. He had really problems with it, and he's doing well. And he's just a good dude, you know. So I hope always he does well. I remember when he made his debut against Thiago Moises, and I posted the picture of his. People were like, who is this dude? He looks weird and that kind of stuff, you know. But I think a lot of people are now like coming around, you know, and they appreciate him more. And that's the same with Diego Lopez, you know. Remember when Evloev was fighting Diego? Everybody's making fun of his hair, how he looked, you know. And then after that fight, almost everybody loved him, you know. So
no, you're not wrong at all. I agree with this. I mean, I think he could be top 15 though. I think he's top 15. I got to run to the bathroom, but let me just set up the next fight here. Gabe Green, great comeback here over Mateus Camilo. And we talked a little bit of, you didn't want to write in Discord, but we can talk about in the podcast. You think it was a quick tap. I'm going to run to the bathroom. We'll be right back, but give me your thoughts on this.
Sure. So I'm going to touch his dick right now. But, I felt like, listen, man, Camilo started really well, I think, you know, but Green got out of that guillotine. Or I think it was a guillotine, if I could remember correctly. Sorry, guys. This was like at 3 a.m. for me, so sometimes it escapes my mind. But, and then Gabe took over, took his back, and he had him so quickly in that rear naked choke, and he tapped so quickly. I was like, wow, he taps quick. You know, and listen, man, I'm a couch con, so what can I say? But for me, it was really quick. I said to Adam, was like, what the hell? He quit. He tapped so quick, like, from my feeling, he didn't even try to get out of the choke. But hey, maybe I'm wrong. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, by the way. So there's Adam. Adam is done touching his dick. That's what I think about it.
I didn't hear what you said, but I mean, listen.
I said you were going to touch your dick, and when you went back, I said he's back. He's done touching his dick.
True's right. I'm on number 3. I'm almost hockey game starting in 30 minutes. So. And I'm ordering some wings, guys, through skip the dishes.
Do you touch it or do you just roll it out in the toilet? There you go.
Marcel, that's a little too much information.
Okay.
By the way, Scott Jorgensen. Yeah, remember I showed you that picture? I met Scott once. Scott, I think Melky. I almost feel like his vertigo is getting better. Am I crazy for thinking this? It looks.
No, I think so too.
Healthier. Yeah, he must be taking some sort of medication. Did Craig get his show money? I don't think so. When they rebook it that fast, I don't think they could pay them. Am I wrong?
I also don't think so.
Because the thing is, if they pay them the show money, I think it counts as a fight on their contract, and sometimes they don't want that. Remember Leslie Smith? Remember she wanted the money, and the UFC said, "Okay, we'll give it to you. Your contract's over. We're cutting you." Remember that?
Yeah, remember Stephen Thompson?
They didn't want to pay him at all, right? For the fight with Pereira, because he turned it down. And
$100K, yeah.
He ended up, I think he got paid, right? Didn't he? Or they rebooked it or something?
They rebooked the other fight or whatever. I don't know exactly anymore, but yeah.
Yeah. Marcel giving me PTSD with Leonard. Yeah, the man family. To be honest, Leonard Garcia should beat Max Holloway. I mean, really, he should have won that fight. But the fight with Nan Fan was a robbery. It's crazy.
The draw for Zombie, which shouldn't have been a draw. You know?
Yeah. In WC, yeah. Ricky Fukuda, Rick Ring. That was one of the ones where Dana actually paid the show or the win bonus. Remember Lorenzo Fertitta and Dana used to go on Twitter and they'd be like, "Hey, this was a robbery. We're paying the guy the win bonus." I don't think that the new owners pay that shit, Marcel. They're like,
And if they do, they use threats probably. So
Cardio dumped after the screen. Yeah, he was absolutely gassed out. Seemed to Camille gassed bad or something. Make your bed. Did you guys see my bed? You might have seen it. Yeah, I should make it, but I don't. My kid was in it. She was jumping around earlier, watching like You know this guy Grimace from McDonald's? You know this guy, like this purple guy? You know what I'm
Yeah,
talking about?
yeah.
The kids watch this movie. It's like like on YouTube where it's like he like runs around. You drink this Grimace milkshake and everything goes crazy. They were jumping around the bed about 15 minutes. So water's cold a little bit. My wife couldn't believe Costa had Vitiglio. She thought he had Joe almost back. Are you back with your wife? That's good. Marcel, I'm heartbroken for you, Najax. Yeah, we talked a little
Appreciate
bit
it,
about
man. Yeah, this is what it is.
It's funny that prayers. Yeah, I know that's true. Actually, he does have a welterweight win streak. All right, let's get back to the card. Jared Gordon. I mean, to me, this is a complete robbery. He didn't get a knockout bonus or performance bonus. This is one of the best knockouts of the year. Incredible fucking knockout. Laid waste to Moises. Robbery, right?
Man, I mean, Gordon looks so good. I was like, Moises maybe can do work with the grappling. He looked good with the grappling, and then he had that one good shot. He knocked him down, and then he flatlined him with another. It was an amazing performance by
He looks
Gordon.
so good.
He needed it, obviously, because of the bad luck he had as of lately. And he 100% deserved the bonus, I don't understand. I don't know who makes these choices. Probably Mick Maynard or Hunter Campbell or Sean Shelby.
The same guy who wants the heavyweights in the main card is making the performance bonus choices, Marcel. This is a ripoff. And, if anything, this was a card where you could have given an extra one. Listen, man, I like the UFC. They're the best MMA promotion. It bothers me how much money they're making and how little they give to the fighters. I mean, it really is, But
also, remember when Dana was like, when they asked for so much money and more money on the presser, and then he's like, "This card sucks so bad, I'm never going to give extra bonuses anymore." I was like, "Dude, you're just waiting for the moment you could say that."
He was waiting to punish the fighters because of one bad card.
Yeah,
he hated the card in London. That's where they gave the 300. I think was it 100,000? I can't remember. With Patty,
they give Patty 2 bonuses. Yeah,
that was a joke too. Patty's good, but I mean, come on, you don't have to give him 2. But yeah, Jared Gordon looked amazing. His last win was actually Mark Madsen. He knocked him out too, Marco Madsen. So it's crazy. He's knocking guys out now because you think of him just like a kind of a grinder, but he's really put in the work with his striking. Marcel, arguably, he could be on like a 6-fight win streak right now.
Yeah, he said that himself as well in the octagon. So.
I really like Jared. He's a good fighter. I don't know what they do with him next. I kind of feel like they don't look at him as like a top 15 guy. So he'll probably fight like another up and coming prospect, to be honest with you. But I don't hate if they gave him like a rank guy. I don't think they will, but there's got to be someone that's a fun fight for him. What they probably do? You know what fight they probably do? Manuel Torres. They probably do against Jared Gordon. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it's interesting, definitely.
He's rest. I thought he was just going to wrestle in the first 2 minutes. He's taking down Moises. I'm like, oh shit, I should have picked Gordon.
Yeah.
As soon as I saw him, Marcel, I'm like, oh man. And then he fucking knocked him out. It was incredible.
Yeah, great. Amazing.
Crypto bonuses, I don't know what ever happened to those, but yeah, they were. The thing was, they award popular fighters. They don't award.
Yeah, to be really honest, I don't mind that it's gone because people were winning that they didn't even deserve to winning it. Like they were the casual fans who were voting, and there's nothing wrong with being a casual, but it was just annoying to see that other fighters didn't get it.
I agree. They I don't know if they were a scam. I think they did pay the fighters out, but they weren't. They were just giving the most popular fighters. Is Gordon hitting his prime at 34? I think you're not wrong. I think he is. We're still separated. Fair enough. Well, hopefully it works out for you, man. Because
all the best, man. All the best.
It's not easy shit. We like you, Dana. So hopefully it works out. Yadier Divide knocks or submits Connor Matthews. I mean, really, really good finish here, and it's a good performance. I think Connor probably gets cut. 0-3, 3 stoppage losses. You think he gets cut?
Yeah, you should actually. We should do like. How do you say that? Sentences for YouTube, and you should put Connor should be cut. That would be like people would think something.
I should put that as a clickbait.
Yeah, exactly.
He's got 2 N's in his name.
Yeah,
actually, it makes more sense because then people can't say it's clickbait. There you go.
The casual fans don't even understand. Don't know if it's like double N or 1 N. So who cares?
I should do? Connor should be cut and put it in capital letters.
Yeah, but listen, man. I mean, we both thought that Del Valle was going to win. He looked really good. He looked already good in the Contender Series. He's an interesting dude, I think. He's Cuban. Good fighter, I think, so far, what I've seen. Looking for what's next for him. For Connor, it sucks, I mean, 3 losses, 3 stoppages, I think. And he was already I think it was already like a second chance in this Dana White Contender Series when he got last time. He's not getting another fight, probably. I hate for it to say because I never hoped somebody who loses his job, but I would see him getting a 4th fight, to be honest.
Yeah, fair enough.
Although
Go
we had
ahead.
Vinicius Moreira in the UFC, so you never know.
Yeah, no, I think Jared's the same. Let me double check. I think Jared's an 88 birthday. Yeah, he's 8. Jared's actually born 1 week exactly ahead of me. So he's 7 days older than me. He's 30. He's turning 37. He's 36. But I'll tell you, like, I feel pretty good at 36, guys. Like, I don't feel bad. You know what I mean? Like, so I mean, especially Jared, the guy, he's in incredible shape, and he doesn't use heroin anymore and crack and all this stuff. So he's and he's talking about that,
Right.
obviously.
Yeah.
He's a good
And
dude, man.
he's
I met
helping
him.
people. Yeah.
Yeah, I met him in Vegas. I think I told you this like 2 years ago. My friend was there. My friend's like a casual fan. So me and James were there with Nick and Marcus. Actually, Jared was walking by and we started talking to him, right? And I'm like, man, that whole thing with, I think, let me double check. When was this? Jared was, okay, so this was right after the Bobby Green fight. I'm like, dude, you got screwed. I bet on you. Like, it was fucked, like the headbutt. And he's just like, yeah, man, it was bullshit. And I'm hoping to rebook me. And then I introduced my friend to him, and he's like, hey, how's it going? He's like, who are you? I'm like, dude, this guy's a UFC fighter. Because he's a short guy, right? He doesn't look like, he's not big.
Yeah.
Like, we also ran into Alonzo Menefield. Alonzo looks like a UFC fighter. Like, Alonzo's a fucking jacked, huge guy. So, but Jared's just a good dude, and I've liked him for a while. So, very good fighter.
Did you see that clip from Jared in the elevator with Paddy after his loss to Nasrat? That Paddy is saying to Jared, "Man, I think you got screwed in that fight," and Jared is like, "Yeah, again, huh?" And then Paddy is laughing.
It's just unfortunate. Like, his story is one that he's just getting screwed over constantly, and this is another instance because he should have got a bonus. Anyways, Devay looked amazing. I don't think you can give him a bonus for this because was against the guy who's not very good. Luana Santos looked amazing too. I think she could have got a bonus too. I really do. I'm all good with them giving the fight of the night for that fight because it was a really good fight, especially that third round. But like, I also feel like Gordon and Santos, the dog lover, I think she looked amazing, honestly. And this was a really bad pick by us, to be fair.
I mean, Santos got that dog in her last night. She looked really good.
She looked amazing.
And she saw like the weak spot from Tainara was the ground game. She couldn't cut off the ground, And the thing was like, I think Tainara is pretty. She's pretty. How do you say that? Flexible on the ground.
Yeah, she can say that.
But it didn't work out for her. Santos was too, how do you say that? She was too heavy for her to keep her, too strong. Also, keep in mind, Tainara hasn't fought for a long time. She had I think hip replacement or something.
Yeah.
Learned to walk again.
There was a lot of red flags, Marcel.
Yeah.
This was a bad pick by us. I really
The thing is, I was so off on Santos because of that Casey O'Neill fight last time.
Same here. Same.
That's pretty much why.
That was a flyweight, right? And it threw me off. I'm like, oh man, she's going to lose. But not a great pick by us. I think that's fair to say. It's one of the ones that like this and even Yusuf, like some of the ones like I wouldn't have picked Gay Green. You know what I mean? Like that's just one I got wrong. But I like to learn from my losses, and this is one where I'm like, this wasn't a great pick.
For me, there's only one I was really on the fence about, and that was the Gordon Moises fight. That was the really one I was like 50-50
fair enough.
on. So.
Yeah, fair enough for sure. But yeah, Luana looked amazing. First Americana women's UFC history. I think it's the 9th Americana of all time. They're calling it the key lock on UFC stats. And yeah, it was incredible. Denise Gomes destroys Elise Reed, gets a bonus. Listen, she was like minus 600 or something. We all thought she'd win. I don't think she should have a bonus. I really don't. What do you think?
Bro, I thought Elise started pretty well. I was surprised she started very aggressive, but the first punch Denise landed, it was over pretty much, I mean, like I said, Denise has that, I can't say it here, but what I said to you on WhatsApp, that power. I mean, she has that power, and she can knock out women. That she has that knockout power at 115 that a lot of women don't have at 115. That
she does have power. She knocked out Yasmin Yaregi that one time.
Exactly, So I mean, she looked good. Let's be honest, she was expected to win here, and I agree with you. It wasn't maybe bonus worthy, but yeah.
I mean, I don't hate giving her a bonus, but not when Gordon doesn't get one. You know what I mean? Like if that Gordon knockout doesn't happen, then it's like sure, but it did. So
the funny thing is, I always call her like the angry Jessica Andrade, and she had Jessica in her corner. So
they have the same haircut. Yeah, her, Jessica, and Carl Hosa, who got a fight announced last night, by the way. We'll talk about that in the next podcast. But yeah, I think she looked good. Elise Reed 4-5, all 5 losses by stoppage. Does she get cut, Elise?
Listen, man, women is always difficult. The thing is, like, women get overall more chances in the
Yeah,
UFC to get more fights, and so maybe not. It depends. The thing is, like, the UFC also looks at appearance. Let's be honest. How does this woman look? I mean, Ashley Yoder, she had a really bad record, I think, in the UFC, but she kept getting fights.
yeah,
One, because she's a really nice girl, I think, and
yeah.
two, she looks pretty. So
Also, there's that other girl. She was like not Mexican, Hawaiian. You know what I'm talking about?
okay, Kaylin Curran.
Yeah, that girl. She won. I think she lost like 5 or 6 straight fights, and they kept giving her fights
Yeah,
because she was attractive, right?
yeah,
Because she wasn't
exactly.
that good of a fighter. But you're right. You're not wrong.
You know
Yep.
what? Remember what Dana was like about Haley Cohen?
Yeah.
I cannot put my finger on it, but she got something, but I don't know what. Yeah, I know exactly what you thought, dude.
Yeah, I'm not too high on her anymore either because of
No,
her husband. Anyways, Youngstown Park, peace of mind, just lays waste to Carlos Hernandez. Quick win. I thought this fight would be a little more. I thought he'd win, but I thought it'd be somewhat more competitive. Again, he could have got a bonus too, but like not on this card because there's too many finishes. But it's funny, the peace of mind, right? So as soon as I'm like, Marshall, you've heard this album by Iron Maiden? I went on YouTube and I listened to the album after. It's such a good album. It's got, the song "The Trooper" by them. It's one of the best songs by Iron Maiden.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah.
How good did he look though? He looked amazing, right?
He looked amazing indeed. I think was a really good performance by Park. And listen, Carlos Hernandez not easy to put away like that. So was really impressive. And Carlos Hernandez told the UFC after the fight and AA, not another Asian next time. Because he has to keep fighting Asians.
He fights all the top Asian prospects pretty much. Like that's his job. I don't think they cut him. I think he's fought really good competition. I think they give him one more, but he'll probably be in like a must-win situation. But
yeah. But it's like there are worse.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think, by the way, he says Park Tim Elliott there. I think Tim Elliott is booked against Kaya Sakura. I'm not sure, but both guys have fight booked since yesterday. So
that fight makes sense. That makes sense.
I'm just.
Oh wait, are they even going back to Japan? Probably not, right?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, Tyra's booked for Apex, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
So remember, Dana said they're going to go back to Saitama earlier this year. I don't know if they're doing that anymore.
Remember, Dana said that they would go to Lemoore, California, and Tachi Palace fights.
Oh yeah,
after COVID. They never went.
Dana also said UFC would never have women fighters, so he says a lot of shit that doesn't, I'm not going to answer your question, Antoine. I don't want to answer that. I don't want to get my credentials revoked, and Marcel just got his UFC media account activated, so I don't think he does either.
I also won't answer your question, but I think yes.
And then opening up the card, Tisha Payne wins a really close decision over Luana Pinheiro. I think this fight could have gone either way. I really do, Marcel. You agree?
Easy, man.
Shut up. It was close.
So I got to explain this a little bit, guys.
Yeah.
Last week I was like really confident that Tisha was going to win this fight, and Adam was a little bit on the fence, but he also went with Tisha. And in the Discord, Adam was like, "Yeah, but I think Luana's going to take it." It's like, easy, buddy, dude, easy, buddy. And then Adam is like, "I think Luana won, dude." I was like, "Easy, buddy, Tisha." And then Tisha won. I was like, "Easy, buddy."
It was close, though, right? Would you agree?
Close. Oh yeah, for sure. I was just being a dick.
Do you think Luana gets cut? She's lost what, 5 straight? Is it 5? 4 straight.
So
4 straight.
There's another one. Luana, to a lot of people, looks pretty decent, and I think she's not that bad. It was a close fight with Tisha,
You know what?
Tisha's 13, Luana's 15.
You know what? They're going to keep her, and they're going to match her up with Elise Reed.
Yeah, I mean that makes sense, to be honest.
And the loser gets cut. I think that makes sense.
Also,
I think Luana beats Elise Reed, to be honest with you.
To be really honest, I think Luana should fight somebody outside of the top 50. Listen, there you have Jackie Amorim. Yeah. I think Amorim should
who
fight
wins?
here.
Jackie or Tisha?
Jackie wins that fight.
Yeah, that's my girl. Tisha needs to retire. She's not gonna retire, but like I wasn't a good performance. She's definitely slowing down. She looked really slow. By the way, this is funny. I got a couple of funny comments here. Carlson is about to fight someone Thursday night for the UFC. That's fucking hilarious. Alexis Tynar, I don't have any information, but I mean, she looked amazing against Molly McCann. Ryan, what's up, brother? He says, "Holy shit, I recognized one of these guys from the Jays game." So I went to the Jays game on Friday. I think I told you about this, right? I don't know if you saw my post. I went to the Blue Jays game, and my mom texted me, and she's like, "I just saw you on TV." I'm like, "What do you mean?" And then I went online. It was funny. I was just random. I didn't like record the game, so I couldn't see it. But I was looking at the clips on the Jays Twitter account, and there was a video of a guy catching a ball, and I was sitting right there. I'm like, "Holy, there's me!" I'm like doing the thing, like actually I'm like this.
Yeah,
Leonardo DiCaprio.
DiCaprio. Yeah, yeah. You're like the Adam Martin but then the John Morgan in the UFC with the blue shirt on. You were like the Adam Martin with the purple on.
So just the funny thing about that shirt. So
Yeah.
I went to Montreal last week, and my mom's like, she's like, I told her, I'm like, listen, I might be cage side. I'm gonna wear this pink shirt. You can't miss a big dude in a pink shirt. I'll tell you that. So I didn't get cage side, so she didn't see me, right? Because she was watching. She's like, I don't see you. I'm like, yeah, because I'm fucking up here.
You were like, here, I'm throwing my pink shirt now. Watch.
I'm way up here. You can't see me, but I'm like, I'll wear it again, and somehow I got seen, so it was pretty cool. Yeah, really good card. I would say an 8 out of 10. Would you agree?
Yeah, 8 is good. Yeah, I think it was very good. 8.
Fun card, very fun card. Any rumors about Hoovie's next opponent? I don't know. I really don't know.
Nothing. I have nothing.
Park versus Lonnie Kavanaugh. I like that fight. Do you like that fight?
Yeah, why not?
They probably won't do it though because of the two prospects, but they might. I'll say flyweigh's getting better too.
I always like flyweight. You know that.
Yeah, I know you have for a while. All right, we're at 50 minutes. I have to end this because they're getting the preview ready here for the game. So what we're going to do is we're going to end it right now, but we're going to do a quick fight analysis for about 10 minutes, and then I'll watch the game. So give me a second, guys. I'm going to tweet out the new podcast. We're just going to run through all the fight analysis. There's like 20 or 30 fight analysis. We'll run through that quick. Give me a second here. I'll tweet it out. Appreciate you guys in the chat. Apologies for the quick podcast today, but I got to watch my Leafs kick the Florida Panthers ass. So give me a minute. I'll tweet out the new one, and we'll talk about the new fights.